are you saying, Hamza? You
Like-
think you can get him at Man City, or are you worried Arsenal's going to get him?
No, I
Bro,
don't
you're
think
not
he's gonna
signing
get-
fucking Rodrygo, man. You know
Why
what?
are you getting mad, Jay?
You know
I'm
what I'm saying?
sorry,
This is not
Egal.
your signing.
I'm
signing
sorry.
are
The thing is that because it's like I love being on the show, but I'm like, why are we talking about stuff that is never gonna happen? Arsenal are not signing Rodrygo. We know Arsenal are not signing Rodrygo. His lover Martinelli plays left wing. Sorry, I know that's a low blow, but he loves Martinelli. Yeah, whether you like it or not, you're not spending 120 million pounds, 100 million plus to replace Martinelli. You'll spend 60.
We don't have to spend 100 million plus to get Rodrygo.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised Egal wants Rodrygo, because I checked that Egal. I mean, you said I thought Saka won the debate with Rodrygo. So why do you need Rodrygo?
Yeah, but just because you're not better than Saka on the right doesn't mean you can't come into the team and play on the left.
But surely, if
He
you
wants to
put
play on the
a
left.
picture of
He actually wants
surely,
to play on the left.
but surely,
When I look at Rodrygo, I see Alexis Sanchez at Barcelona.
So you see Alexis Sanchez at Barcelona, and do you think that player is less of a player than Saka?
We'll see.
Because Alexis Sanchez was world class.
We'll see how they are in the same team.
He'll adjust the agenda. Don't worry about it.
What I rate about Rodrygo is.
But do you get what I'm saying, though?
Yeah.
No. I don't think Rodrygo is a better player than Saka right now. But if he was to come into Arsenal and he was to show levels above Saka, that could change. But at this moment in time, I think Saka's a better player. Just because I think Saka's a better player than Rodrygo, doesn't mean I don't want Rodrygo at Arsenal. Rodrygo still levels above everything we have on the left-hand side.
Well, this is what I'm trying to say to you. Hold on, but this is one thing Arsenal needs to understand, yeah? I want to be clear on this. In my opinion, this might be completely wrong, yeah? Players ain't coming from Real Madrid to Arsenal to rotate. Yeah,
he's not rotating. He's starting.
What?
He's not rotating. He's coming in.
It's about the stature of your club. Rodrygo's not coming to your club to be anything other than an undisputed starter. You're
100%, Jay. Rodrygo comes into the team. Rodrygo comes into the team as one of the highest paid players, and immediately is one of the undroppable players.
But your team, with all due respect, yeah, I don't see you buying players like that. When have you bought
do you not realize?
When has Arteta bought a player of that kind of profile from that kind of club to usurp a regular starter?
Stop. We have not invested in the attack in a long time. We have not invested in the attack in a long time.
But why? Well, do you think logically, if you don't invest in your attack, does not indicate that Arteta potentially thinks it's good enough?
No, it's because he was in the past maybe, but right now definitely not. It's very visible.
You're saying right now definitely not. Or listen, you have Jesus and Havertz in.
Jesus is out. Jesus is never playing again.
Okay, so what I'm trying to say is obviously that's a big shame that you've got these strikers, you've got these attackers missing. Yeah. Now I'm saying
Sterling's not going to be an Arsenal player next year.
Listen, knowing how Arteta's behaved over the last 5 years, 6 years of being manager of your club, yeah? When have you ever, gone and bought £100 million superstar to go into your team rather than buying a Semenyo or a player of that kind of profile, even a Nico Williams at a push? You don't buy Rodrigos at the moment. I'm sorry, I don't see Arteta buying a Rodrygo.
We got Declan Rice for 100 million. What about that?
He ain't no superstar, bro. That's a West Ham player right now.
He's a West Ham player. Do you see what I mean? Like buying Havertz.
It's like me flexing.
Bro,
that's like me flexing Harry Maguire from Leicester.
I think you're underestimating fit and need. Let's be honest. Fit and need. There's 3 clubs here that would fit and need Rodrygo.
You did this last year, yeah? I said to you, you won't buy more than multiple attackers. You said no, Arsenal will buy multiple. I said no. I said
he's not your type of signings. He's not. He's not. I'll tell you this. I know you got the pull in England, but Brazilian players have got standards, especially when they're playing on Madrid. To me, if I'm a Brazilian player and I'm playing for Real Madrid, it's the biggest disrespect And I remember Jesus going to Man City to Real Madrid, and there's an article I'm going to send it to you. They said, "How dare you leave Manchester City and go to Arsenal, a low-class club? When you're Brazilian, you should be going to Madrid." But Brazilian players,
Hamza,
their reputation matters.
Can you send me that article as well, please?
I'll send it to you.
Yeah,
So
brother.
you see, the thing is, a lot of Arsenal fans. I know you. This is your thing, and you used to show good. Yes, not enough, but you lost that pool of. Can you imagine the biggest downgrade of Rodrygo's life from Real Madrid to that? I know you had Baptista, yeah. I know you tried Ozil. That was the biggest ever one that you guys weren't deserved. You never had that belief. Like Rodrygo is above your level. Rodrygo will not go to your football club. Fact. He either stays at Madrid and continues to play there, or Egal will be like, yo, go and play for Pep Guardiola. If Man City go for him, we're signing him. Me, I want Rodrygo, Reinders, and Wirtz. That's my 3 signings I want. I want 3 attack, go all chaos attack. To me, I believe there's no way, and don't sell these Arsenal fans who are typing here and dream my life. There's no way Arsenal are signing Rodrygo. Mark my words, I put my money there. No way, come September, you're not signing Rodrygo. Don't sell them this dream, bro. Sometimes you have to be realistic. It's just not Arsenal. I can't see him. No way.
Where do you think he goes?
I'm hearing he'll go to a big. So he either stays at Madrid, he either Man City is another club.
I heard Chelsea trying to get him.
Chelsea will offer him the money, but if he wants to eat good, go there. But play for Arteta, can you imagine him playing for? Bro, Egal, still biasness aside, he's a Brazilian international living in Real Madrid. It's a great disrespect he goes to Arsenal because you haven't won anything, Egal.
I think you guys are bantering.
Okay, you will see this. Mark my words. I put money there. He's not saying
One second. I understand the financial. One second. I understand banter and I understand Jay coming from a financial aspect, saying Arsenal is not going to invest that much money in Rodrygo at this moment in time when they have so many pressing issues. But my thing is, it's a market opportunity that Arsenal should be all over. If we are willing to spend the type of money that Real Madrid wants, we should be all over this. Now, if I'm hearing that Nico Williams is more of an option and that's who we want more than Rodrygo, that seems like conceding the fact that they think Rodrygo is going to be difficult to get and Nico Williams more attainable.
Yeah, but listen,
what's the budget though? The talk is your budget is 100 million. Net, right?
That's rage bait.
Yeah,
I mean 100 million net is not bad. Well, it's not
100 million net is rage bait, bro. We made more than 100 million last summer in transfer fees. And we didn't spend that much money last summer in the first place.
No, but what did you make net? Net, you made about 20 million.
We made 10 million net last
10 million.
season.
Okay, right. So it's not like you made 100 million. You brought in 100 million. You spent 90.
Okay, regardless, my point is.
No, but regardless, you can't say regardless.
Financially, we're not in a bad situation because we also have some assets.
But that's why 100 million net is not bad.
We have some assets that we can flip for like 20, 25 million.
Exactly.
And that's mostly what we're going to probably do. But we don't need to sell to buy right now. Victor Gyökeres could be bought right now without any sales. We can go and drop the money for Rodrygo right now without any sales. It's just when I'm hearing stuff like, oh, Arsenal have no chance of getting Rodrygo. I think we have just as much of a chance of getting Rodrygo.
It depends.
As Chelsea or Liverpool.
It also depends who.
I think we have just as much of a chance of getting Rodrygo as Chelsea and Liverpool, and I think he comes to Arsenal. He's the perfect fit to fill that left wing position.
But Egal, right? So obviously, and that's go after.
Fit has to be a factor in when you guys think about this.
Right. So Egal, what I'm trying to say to you is, do I think Arsenal have the financial means to pull off a Rodrygo signing? Yes. In terms of what you pay Declan Rice and the transfer fee, I have seen Arsenal do something, might cost you like a few extra K. What I'm saying to you is the way I've seen Arteta build this squad, he doesn't buy Rodrygo type players, he buys players with a lower profile and integrates them. Look at the clubs atypically that you buy players from. Yeah.
Can I just push back 1 second?
Listen, and I'm not trying to say you're not going to shop at a higher level now, but I'm saying chicken and egg. What comes first? You show me you buy these players, and I'll say, okay, you buy these players. I'm not going to say you suddenly buy these players when I've not seen you buy these players.
Bro, when you need a lot of ingredients, you don't go and pay for the premium right away. Sometimes you just need to get the ingredients in the door. Now that you have the top, now that you have all the ingredients, you go get the luxury pieces. You go and add.
Now you're going to get more ingredients.
No, now you go and add the chocolate chips. Now you go and add the fancy stuff.
Yeah, but Egal, the thing is
chocolate chips.
You get what I'm saying, though?
I know what you mean.
Now you make it better by adding the sweets, by adding the topping. We, as a football club, have a solid defensive base, a solid midfield. The piece that we're missing is getting that front line to have lethal finishers that have clinical edge, difference makers that can win you a match. If we see a market opportunity, unlike any other.
Please stop using market. Stop saying market opportunity.
Kvaratskhelia was a market opportunity.
Market opportunity is the most exciting thing.
Look at your club. Look at your club with McAllister. Great market opportunity.
Stop saying market opportunity.
It is why it is a true
because it's a dumb thing to say. People, all this football talk, there's complete amount of nonsense. Market opportunity, there's market.
Okay, let me just rephrase it.
Last year.
Let me rephrase
all of a sudden,
it.
January came around, people started talking about market opportunities again.
Let me rephrase it then. You got a player who would usually cost a lot of money, and they got a situation where their club and them might be falling out. You can capitalize on it.
Why do you think he's not going to cost a lot of money?
I think Real Madrid have to put themselves in a situation where the player is being shifted out of the club, and he might not go for the 120 million that Real Madrid want. He probably will go closer to 80 to 100.
I don't see why Real Madrid would. They bought him what, 50? Was it as a kid? As a baby, he cost 50 million. Listen, if he's on the market, and by the way,
100 million is not cheap.
Right, 100 million is not cheap, obviously, and I'm not trying to say you should.
And I'm talking euros. I'm not talking pounds.
Well, I'm saying to you, yeah, like obviously, like I'm sorry, like I feel like you should brace yourself for more of a Semenyo type signing rather than.
We're not actually interested in Semenyo.
I know you are.
He's a good player.
Kind of player.
We're interested in Nico Williams.
Nico Williams is rubbish, but that's more level.
So Arsenal are going to spend 165 million. Okay, let's 150 million. Let 150 million on Rodrygo and Gyökeres.
We should. That's what we need.
I'm not saying you shouldn't. I'm just saying I don't see it.
Are you looking just to get one striker? Because
yes, because Havertz is the other.
He's not really a striker. He's just a 10, right, or false 9.
If we do get another striker, it's going to be somebody like the what's the guy Pedro at Brighton, somebody like that, 30 million. Who can play?
Pedro is not going for 30 million. Okay. Pedro is absolutely not going for 30 million.
All right, that's the kind of we're looking at.
I reckon it starts at 50 at least.
All right, fair. So we're not getting him then. But yeah, none of this Sesko talk. I think we go for, if we can aim high, go for Gyökeres and Rodrygo. If you don't get Rodrygo, at least you have to come back with Gyökeres in the door.
If you get Rodrygo, I'll send you £50. And I'm not going to bet. Honestly, I'm on a model. I'll send Egal £50.
Can you send me £50?
I'll give you 50. Huh?
Send me £50. Forget Egal. Don't worry about Egal. Just send it to me.
No,